This story is based on real-life events that shock South Africa to its core. In 2003, Cape Town became the scene of one of the most brutal mass murders in the country's history. 9 people were tied up, tortured, and executed inside what appeared to be a normal massage parlor. But what made this case even more disturbing was the motive, or rather, the complete confusion around it. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe so you don't miss more of Mzansi's darkest real-life stories. Now, let's go back to the day the country woke up to headlines that left people speechless. It happened on the morning of September 20, 2003, in Sea Point, a popular suburb in Cape Town known for its mix of tourists, professionals, and locals. Inside a building that housed a massage parlor called Sizzlers, 9 people were found dead, shot execution style. 2 others were left critically injured, one of whom later died in hospital, bringing the death toll to 9. The surviving victim, though severely wounded, would later give police a description of the attackers and a rough sequence of what happened. Police said the scene inside Sizzlers was one of the worst they had ever seen. Victims had their hands and feet tied, their mouths gagged, and many of them had signs of torture, burns, blunt trauma, and deep bruising. It was clear that whoever had done this hadn't just come to kill, they came to inflict pain first. There was blood everywhere, and the brutality of the murders led many to believe it had to be personal. But the confusion really started when authorities tried to figure out why. The place wasn't just a massage parlor. It was known in the area to be operating as a gay brothel. Some speculated that the murders were a hate crime. Others believed it was part of a turf war between rival criminal groups. And then there were whispers of a robbery gone wrong, though nothing of real value seemed to be missing. Eventually, police arrested 2 men, Warwick Berger and Mark Andrews. Both were in their 20s. They were caught not long after the murders, thanks to a tip-off and forensic evidence that tied them to the scene. But even after their arrest, the motive remained unclear. During the trial, one of the accused said they went there to rob the place, while the other remained mostly silent. It didn't explain the level of violence or why they tortured the victims before killing them. In court, prosecutors described how the men showed no real remorse. One of them even smiled at certain points during the proceedings. The judge called the crime inhuman and cold-blooded before sentencing both men to multiple life sentences. But for the families of the victims, justice didn't bring closure, because to this day, people still ask, why? What was the real reason behind such cruelty? Even years later, the Sizzlers Massacre remains one of the most talked about crimes in Cape Town's history. Some believe the full story never came out. Others say it was exactly what it looked like, 2 violent men with no real plan who simply wanted to kill. But the sheer scale and intensity of the murders left a scar on the community that still hasn't healed. The building where it all happened has long since changed hands. But for those who remember that day, the name Sizzlers still sends a chill down the spine. And the families of the 9 victims are still left with memories that no court sentence can ever erase. Thank you for watching tonight. If this story shocked you the way it shocked so many South Africans back then, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more stories like this, and turn on the notifications to stay updated. See you next time.